Alright, beautiful people of the internet, welcome to another episode of Mobbin with. I am improvising a lot. More on that later, but I don't have the other mic to this, so I'm using my phone. Yeah, you're just gonna catch up to speed with me and Dave. We're gonna hang out while we're on a journey to do what?
Buy another piece of shit.
Yeah, we're buying another piece of crap, but it could be a good piece of crap. We just don't know yet. More of a slow pace episode because we're kind of recovering. We've just been traveling a lot.
Yeah.
Alright, you know, we're gonna supercharge it for a reason, right? Here we go, let's go. Is that nice? Man, fellas, I don't even know where my wallet is. I lost the other mic. And I don't want this to hold me back from making stuff. So here we are, phone in my hand, hopping on the 5 going north, all the way to San Francisco, 5-hour journey to buy a car. Shout out to Ed.
Yeah.
So Ed allowed me to buy a car, and we liked it to pick it up, and now we're finally going to pick it up. And we brung the range because worst case scenario, we need to tow it back. And this car has a towing capacity of what?
7,700.
7,700. Oh yeah, Dave, can you talk about your car here? Whatever we're in.
2008 Range Rover Supercharged. Pretty cool, comfy.
Airbag, suspension.
Yeah. Drinks a lot of gas.
Drinks a lot of gas. What are we getting right now? 15 miles to the gallon.
Yeah, it's not the greatest.
But the thing about the whole, okay, Prius, you think you're that fucking fast? What do you got SMH for, bro? You see him shake his head?
Supercharger.
Yeah. Long story short, the Land Rover community or the Range Rover community has a stigma, and it's the same stigma of BMW. And if you know BMW, you know that everybody thinks when they break, they're expensive.
Which is true. It's expensive.
You think so? If you're paying somebody, it is.
Oh yeah, if you're paying someone, it is. But
Yeah.
if you're working on it yourself, like us, then
Yeah. I mean, in the early days, I literally was just going to the junkyard and putting parts in my pocket and then just fixing my car like that. So it was like...
yeah, incriminate yourself just like that.
That was on a green screen. That was back in the day on a green screen. But I used to just, make my cars survive some way, somehow. Long story short, flash forward, you can't go to the junkyard anymore, so you do have to buy parts. There's websites like FCP where you buy one time and that's it.
Yeah, and then for these cars, there's Lucky 8, Rovers North, British parts of Utah. There's another one that I'm forgetting. Rimmer Brothers. Basically, you could get all of, I wish we could show them, but I've every single accessory I bought for this car is an original Land Rover accessory.
Oh yeah, but Dave's also been somehow becoming I've been killing, sorry, my train of thought has got lost because I've been killing butterflies on the way over here and I feel bad. There's so many migrating right now. I've been smacking them because this thing is a brick and the aerodynamic doesn't allow them to go over. Dave's been a Land Rover guy. He's been buying parts. On your BMW it says they do not support aftermarket parts. That mentality, Dave's been buying it to the OEM, huh?
Well, I think I've had to. Like this one, I wanted to do the off-road light setup properly, so I bought the original Land Rover kit that comes with the templates to drill the bumpers and the bracket that goes in the crash bar, and then the tow modules thing for the hookup for the trailer.
Yeah.
It needs a module to control the air suspension, so it will level itself. So I was like, I don't really want to blow up the airbags when I'm towing my car, so it was like $750 for that. Just to plug in a trailer, basically, that controls the air suspension and whatever the hell else it controls.
Yeah, to allow you to tow the car. So he wanted it because if you have a heavy load, it adjusts, basically.
Yeah.
But $700, that's like a pricey part right there.
On the Discovery, remember when we were towing the E30, I put one of the adapter modules on it, and it was like $34, dude.
Damn, that was the vibe. I'm glad we did that. Even though it was sketch towing with that car, it was a vibe.
It probably really would have helped on that car, because you remember when we got back, we checked the tie rods?
Yeah.
They were loose.
Yeah, they were loose. It was sketchy. The longer we got there, the more it was the front end was loose.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did a Mobbin episode on that car.
I think we did, yeah.
So Dave hasn't. This is not his first like Land Rover.
You know what's funny too? If people go back,
already.
if people go back to that episode, you asked me in that episode, so what's the next car you're gonna get after this? And I was like, I don't know, maybe I'll sell this. I'll get an LR3 or a Range Rover. So now here we are. We're back.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I remember you're like, you bought this, and you're like, you should get one, dude. And I was like, eh. I was like, all right. I was like, maybe later one day. Yeah, but I didn't really gravitate towards this. Fast forward, I'll just spill the beans because this is Mobbin With, and people that watch Mobbin With really like what your boy's talking about. So we're on our way to San Francisco because I had an opportunity, thanks to Ed, to buy a 2006 LR3. So I bought a Land Rover.
V8 HSE with
V8
the HD package.
HSE HD package. It's kind of too good to be true at this point.
Yeah, I mean, for people that don't know what the HD package is either, it's basically the package that gives you the locking diffs. So you have a center locker and a rear locker, so you can do some more stuff with it.
I don't know all this stuff. It's Dave's bad influence. Yeah, he's been just informing me. But long story short, it all started because Dave was on a work trip. We've been work tripping like a lot. I work with this guy, so we've been flying places. So he just got back from a week-long trip. How many miles did you drive?
1,300.
1,300
From
miles.
Indiana to Connecticut and all of the states in between.
Yeah, and I went to Pittsburgh, but then I had to drive to West Virginia, which was like 20 minutes. And then I was working there, and then we ended up linking up, which was cool.
Yeah, in Ohio.
Like, yeah, we're randomly in Ohio. We just kind of met. But we're still recovering, so if our energy is kind of low, it's because of that.
I got back at like what 12 midnight last night, and it's 12 o'clock. So I've literally only been in California for 12 hours.
And back on the road to go do some more adventure mobbing or whatever we're doing. Shit, I forgot where I was going with this. Oh, long story short, we've just been working like crazy, and
this car's been sitting at the auction because we haven't been able to go get it.
That too. What I'm getting at is Dave took a 2-week trip, and my Z3 needs work. My subframe needs to be welded, and I haven't been able to do it because it's my daily driver. So he was like, just borrow the range. And I know how this guy thinks. I know he's like, all right, he's going to borrow the range, see how nice it is, and he's going to want one. I was like, it's cool.
You're not wrong.
I was like, it's cool. I drove in, I was like, all right, yeah, I could get used to it, but like, I don't want to. The gas mileage is super expensive.
Yeah.
When things break, it's like a heavy duty car, so everything's heavy. I did an oil change with this motherfucker, and that thing was like bulky everywhere. But I also did take a little bit off-roading. I was enjoying that. I was big time enjoying that. And then Dave said something like this. I might butcher a little bit, but he said something like, I said, yeah, I would get a Range Rover, but like, I just don't think I need one. I don't. And then he says, motherfucker, out of all of us, you're like the one that'll probably use it the most. So I was like, you're right. Like, if you guys know my channel, you guys see all the adventure stuff I do. There's camping, there's like off-roading.
I mean, the real ones will know that
hiking.
you got the Prius beached.
Yeah.
You had to spend the night because you got stuck.
All kind of history of me just doing shit that I don't have a car to do it with. But now I have a car where I'm able to do more comfortable adventure trips instead of my Prius was coming in clutch.
Yeah.
My Prius did great until it didn't.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I'm excited for this LR3. It's
I think you
also
can like climb more mountains now and stuff. Like actually camp on top of mountains. Because
Yeah.
like certain trails, like let's say a yellow post campsite in like Lido Creek, there's no way you're gonna get your Prius up there. Like you need a 4-wheel drive car with like lockers and stuff.
I'm pretty sure I would have tried. I would have probably got stuck. But yeah, most definitely, I need a capable car, and that's what this thing is. The reason why I wanted an LR3 is because it looked like a glass house, and to be honest, I thought it was more of a glass house than it is. You know how the glass arches over?
all the way up.
I thought it was like more visible because your Discovery 1 had
Yeah,
glass everywhere.
Because I mean, the Discovery 1, Discovery 2, the Alpine windows, like you could actually see through them. But on the LR3, for some reason, you can't. Like you can see them from the outside, but
Right.
on the inside, they're not really visible anymore.
And I love that from that Discovery 1. Like when I was in the back, I was like, dude, this is sick. I'll sit in the back seat just to be looking out. Which, if you don't know about that one, the Discovery 1, you face like say if I'm sitting, we'll be facing this way. So
Yeah,
it'll be like
facing each other. It's like bench seats.
bench seats. There you go.
Yeah.
Dude, that would be crazy. Back of the seat, bobbing with the bench seat.
Yeah.
Someone in the front, back. Yeah. I mean, what else? Do you have anything else to update the people?
No, I think this is gonna be the third Land Rover in our like little circle.
Yeah. Luis has a Range
Oh
Rover.
no, fourth. Luis is the third one. Well, my Discovery, this.
Yeah.
Luis's.
But the Discovery's gone.
No, I'm talking about just like
Oh, in general.
in general, like the list of Land Rovers.
Yeah.
Like it's slowly growing, like the BMW list.
Yeah, bad influence. Dave's bad influence. But also, to be honest, the Z3 is completely race car. The coilovers is so aggressive that...
Yeah, when we took it to the riverbed, like I had a lot of fun. Like,
it was really good when you want to drift and have a good paved road, but when you want to go to the store and you have a couple bumps, you're like...
Yeah. Those are the coilovers I need to have on my E39. Like if my setup was like that, it would be... I mean, my setup's good, it's just too grippy right now.
Yeah, your setup, you don't have really stiff suspension.
Yeah, I have like digressive springs on it and stuff, and it's just not. It's not the way.
And this air ride is comfy. I mean, I could say the seats. Like if I could complain.
Yeah, the seats are a little hard.
Yeah, they're
honestly.
hard. You could be comfier, but like other than that, this is a coasting car.
Yeah,
Chilling.
I mean, you don't have anything to complain about. I was in an Ultima for 1,300 miles, so.
Oh yeah, we had a work trip, right? And for some reason, I didn't have to do a lot of driving, but I rented a BMW X6 and we made a review. And Dave had a Nissan Ultima for how many miles again?
Like, to be exact, like 1,280 something. Yeah.
They're just different. Like, cars are made differently. This car, when we're doing a mobbing with, it's really good because it's insulated well.
Yeah, just quiet.
Nissan Ultima.
No.
Yeah, now we know why the Nissan Ultima drivers are the way they are. It's because they want to get out their car as fast as possible.
They're always doing Ultima activities.
Yeah, zoom in. Any other updates? Let's see. Well, we still have the M5. It's not far along.
We haven't done anything to it.
We haven't. Well, I broke the shifter. Well, I didn't break the shifter. Dave broke the shifter because I made a Mickey Mouse shifter. And then ever since then, we just like took the battery out and let it sit. But before that, it was running really good. It felt the best it ever felt.
We finally got the tuning strategy on point. It's following target AFRs. There's still some like little dialing in I have to do with just like cruising stuff, and cruising's pretty close, but like I think cold start is the biggest issue right now.
Cold start. Were you looking, like, speaking about tuning, when you posted that on your Instagram, were you looking at the maps, the old maps?
No, that was just something I saw.
I was like, what is this guy doing? Like, I was wondering if you had service on the plane. I was like,
No, I had service.
You had
on
service?
mine.
Did you pay for it?
Yeah. No, it's free.
What? Mine was $10.
My seat was one seat.
Oh wow, one seat. I had an X6. You had one seat. You seated. I was like, you know what? Let me give you a little bit of luxury, huh?
It was the first time ever. I was the first one out of the plane. Like, I was able to video them opening the door, and I was like, man, I've never done this before.
When I seen that clip, I was like, how did he get there? And Dave has balls right now. He's filming them opening the door. He doesn't use his phone to capture much.
Yeah, so I was on one, and I was on the aisle seat. So like, and it was A, B, C, D, E, F. Nobody was sitting in D, E, F.
Oh, wow.
So when I stood up, I was literally the first one out of the door.
The plane wasn't full?
It was kind of full, but I guess there's 3 people in that area.
Is it called first class or business class?
I don't even think they have that in JetBlue. It's just like more space or whatever.
It's like priority seating or something.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
But I think they didn't make it to the flight or something, because the person beside me was asking to move there, and they're like, "Oh no, there's people coming. There's people sitting there."
So they probably just got skipped.
Yeah,
dude, that's like 3. I could count 3 butterflies that I killed. 1, 2, 3.
This whole windshield is full of it now.
Yeah, but the fresh green blood is the butterflies. I feel bad, but I can't do nothing. You know the butterfly effect, right?
Yes.
You know, okay. Hopefully, if we smack one more, the Land Rover is going to be perfectly fine.
Well, I don't know. We'll see if your Land Rover will be on a trailer behind this car, or if we're gonna be just driving side by side.
It's a
on the way
win-win.
home.
If it's on the trailer or behind this car, epic content.
Yeah.
It's good photos.
Yeah. It's kind of a flex towing a Land Rover with a Land Rover.
Right,
Like-
right. Yeah, shout out to Jacob. He did the turbo diesel E34 with
Yeah.
an E34 in the back. That was sick. So let me give you a little backstory. Basically, this car that I bought is for a great price, and for the price nowadays, like, it doesn't seem true. It seems like it's going to be a bad shit box. But the chances are, when you buy it from a dealer-only auction, because this is where it's from, it comes from dealer-owned auction. One, people trade in their cars because they had it for a long time, and it's time for work to happen, but they don't want to do it, and they're just like, okay, I need a new car. But I did take care of this car, but I just need a new car. So they traded in. The dealer says they're going to give them some good price, and they traded in. Number two, it could be like your Audi. Like, that shit's about to blow up. Not blow up, but it needs a flywheel change.
Yeah, it needed a
And
flywheel change.
They turned it in. So I'm hoping, and three, everybody that's buying cars in the dealer license auction is trying to use it to make money. They're trying to literally flip the car. So think of it like a 2006 Land Rover. If I'm a dealer and I look at that car, it's a hard sale for me. So I don't want to bid on that much.
Yeah, just the amount of money that they'd probably have to spend to be able to sell it on their lot
Yeah.
is not worth it for them. But
Yeah.
for us, where we don't have to pay the insane labor and the markup for everything, then it's fine. Like this car, we bought it, the transmission was bad.
Yeah, this car, yeah.
The solenoids, original ZF parts and everything. Like redid the whole mechatronics unit on this car. That was $700 with the fluid.
So a whole
Like-
big overhaul transmission service, right? Not clutches, just solenoids or whatever.
Yep.
$700. What else have you did to this car?
Did spark plugs.
Was it bad?
Yeah, it was definitely like 100,000 miles old.
No, was it bad to do the spark plugs?
Oh no, not at all.
No?
Yeah, it's just like an M60, same thing.
Right, okay.
I changed the changed the map. What else I do?
Off the top of your head, give me a number of how much money you spent.
I bought this car for $3,700. I'm probably into it total like 4,700 ish, maybe
Okay.
5,000.
Yeah, so
Well, not with the tires, I'm probably over 5,000 now because I did ball out on tires.
yeah, these tires are nice. These they're so nice that when you get a car, you just need to bite the bullet and buy nice tires.
Yeah.
Especially an off-road capability car, like you don't want to limit yourself.
They would be cheaper too, but this car has 20s. Because normally Range Rovers come with like 18s or 19s, but they don't fit over the supercharged brakes because you have the Brembo big brakes on this car. So you have to have 20s on it. And
Bruh.
it just makes it way more expensive.
I better have Brembos on my LR3.
No, you won't.
I'm stealing them from a freaking. They must be the same assembly.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think you can take the one from the Range Rover Sport because the L322 chassis is the same as the LR3.
There we go. See, this is the thing, guys. The knowledge you have from one chassis, it doesn't trans over 100%. Like, it doesn't just transfer everything because it's not the same cars. But think of it like my brain was just like, well, why don't I just go up a model and steal the brakes? And that's just because BMW is so compatible with old BMWs and new BMWs.
I mean, technically, this was developed when BMW owned Land Rover, and then they sold it to Ford, and then
Did Ford go with the jack?
Ford was the one that put the jack motor in this.
Nice. So Ford made this car reliable.
They did, actually, surprisingly.
So what years do people don't want to buy? Because a lot of people already know what years not to buy. Because when I was talking about it, they were commenting, don't buy this one.
Okay, so the Range Rovers 2002, still this one, but it just has an M62. So 2002 to 2005, it has the M62 on it. Those are pretty notorious for chewing up the front diff. This kind of doesn't really have that issue. Just make sure that the diff always has fluid.
Okay. So that's how it chews it up. It's just running it low.
Yeah, just running it low.
That's pre-maintenance.
Yeah, just transfer case and then rear diff, the locker. Well, I mean, I guess the M62 one, the M62 one doesn't have lockers, so I guess it's not that bad. But the transfer case, they leak a lot, and then they'll run dry, and then you'll blow up the transfer case.
The M62s, they don't have lockers?
No, they don't have lockers.
Does this car have lockers?
This one's supercharged, so yeah, it does.
Nice.
The 2008 HSE NA, that doesn't have lockers.
What about Luis's P38?
No.
No lockers?
No lockers either.
But the cool thing about P38, since it's solid axle, you could bulldoze everything.
Yeah, you could Baja the shit out of it.
There
It just
you go.
doesn't care because we took it up to Gorman, then we just started ripping on the dirt, and we were just like, okay, it didn't fall apart. It's good.
That's dope. Yeah, I'm not used to the off-roading world. I know it's a different world. I know it's more of an expensive world. It can be super pricey. I've been getting my feet wet, and it's a different game. When you're starting to go down, you're like, oh.
Yeah.
And then when we went in the P38 and you were going crazy off-roading, I'm like, a car could do this?
Yeah.
I don't know that, you know?
So back to the thing where we were gonna tell people which ones to buy and which they're not gonna buy. So L322 with the M62. I mean, I guess the only real issue on that car is also the transmission solenoids and the timing chain guides.
And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for a transmission problem.
Yeah, transmission
but
problem.
without the timing motor.
Yeah.
And not the M62.
And then, so they came out with this. This had the AJ-V8 that was in the late 90s, early 2000 Jags. Those Jags had the timing chain issue, but Jag actually fixed it. So this is like the technical update motor from the early 2000s.
Ah.
And that's why this doesn't have any of those timing chain problems.
Wait, so what year, in a nutshell, from A to B?
So
Obviously, you got to find the right motor.
AJ-V8 Land Rover, for a Range Rover, you could buy one from 2006 to 2009. They're solid. And for an LR3, you could get one from 2005 to 2008 or 2009, something like that.
Okay, that sounds
right before it switches over to LR4. Like that's the cutoff. And
I like LR4s.
Moving on to basically the facelift of the facelift Range Rover, which is Xylon's Range Rover. Those are the 5-liter ones. They basically switched them over to high-pressure fuel pumps and just a lot of other things. They changed the chain configuration to have dual VCT. And yeah, those kind of tend to blow up. And that kind of translates to the LR4 also, because the LR4 has that same motor. And you can get it fixed. The chain does last like 100,000 miles, but if you do blow up the engine and you damage it, it costs like $11,000 to replace that motor. So
yeah, but we're Range Rover owners. Bro, that's got a nice setup. This is a Porsche pulling the Airstream, right?
Yeah.
Wow. It's from,
That's how you about to be with the LR3, bro.
that'll be sick. Where was it from? Oh, Oregon. They're going up to Oregon. That's goals.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's your years if you guys are interested. And again, every time I speak to people about Land Rover, they have the stigma. So they would always say, "Oh, get ready to fix it. Oh, get ready to like unreliable." And don't get me wrong, I've seen horror stories too. But then talk to actual owners, and the actual owners love these cars. It's just like BMW. Talk to somebody that hears about horror stories about BMW. Oh, don't get it. It's gonna cost you a lot. Break my wallet. And then you talk to a BMW owner. Oh yeah, I did the rod bearings. I love this car. Yeah, I'm gonna do it for sure.
I mean, to summarize, it's basically just buy a Land Rover that has an AJ-V8. Don't buy one. So an AJ-V8 basically comes in either a 4.2 or a 4.2 supercharged or 4.4 NA. The 5 liters, those all came in the 2009 and up. So 2009 to like 2013-ish. That was kind of a big issue, and then I think they fixed some stuff on the newer ones, like the L405, the TD6 that I want to get.
Okay, you said it here.
Yeah, so I think those V8s are actually a little bit better. They like updated some of the injector components. I don't know if they actually fixed the timing chain issues on that one. I've yet to find out.
People are walking down there. Sorry, I got distracted.
Oh, you're good.
So it seems like early Land Rovers stay away.
Yeah.
Once they get their
once they get their things situated, then you're usually all right. But I don't know. For me, if I bought an L405, we've been talking about just getting an L405. I'd get the diesel one. The diesel one doesn't have any issues.
Nice.
Then that means I could keep this one as the off-road Range Rover, and then that one could be the daily Range Rover.
And that'll be so sick. They pulling up in that nice ass car. But the thing about that one that I could only see basically because you have the Audi problem is the diesel gas here suck ass.
Yeah, but I mean that's easily fixable. Like you could just run additive the whole life of the car. And it won't break the pump.
Yeah. So it's because of the high sulfur.
Low sulfur. So basically, all diesel in the U.S. they took out the sulfur. The sulfur is the lubricating agent in diesel that keeps the injectors from blowing themselves up, or the fuel pump. Basically Bosch makes all of these pumps for, let's say, GM and Cummins have that same issue. So the new Cummins, they actually take the cars back if it blows up that fuel pump, and they put the older Bosch CP3 pump on it because it's actually built for low sulfur diesel. CP4 is made for European diesel that has good sulfur content to keep it lubricated and it won't blow up.
Europeans got good sulfur.
Europeans have better gas just in general.
But they do tax heavy, so
yeah.
Here, you know, we live in California. We see the utmost regulations because this is where like the drastic changes start. Then they push it on to the East Coast, but
yeah,
it's crazy what's going on. Like how much they don't want you to drive car. I feel like once they progress everybody to be EV, they should be more lenient with us, like the old school people trying to still live in the past. Or we could just throw in an EV into our old. That's different. We didn't even talk about that.
Yeah.
Just.
Like it's cool. I had a Polestar too, with a like performance package and everything when I was in Atlanta. It was fast. It was fun. But the biggest issue really was the charging. Like I ended work that day and I was like, okay, I gotta go to work tomorrow. I have like 16% charge. I gotta go find a charger. It took me like an hour or two to find a charger that works. I kept plugging in and it would say unavailable.
Right, and thinking you're not in a development place. Like you need to be in a developed area. You can't be in a rural area because good luck finding a charger.
Yeah.
So there's still fallbacks with EVs, but you know what's crazy is we work at a. It's just, damn, bruh. We work at a job where sometimes I don't even understand what kind of stuff we're getting into. But long story short, what I'm saying is like Form is really doing some crazy stuff.
Yeah, we can't talk about that on camera.
So there's a company that's really doing some crazy stuff. I didn't sign no NDA. They didn't say nothing.
Yeah, that's true, but
but yeah, I'll keep it minimal.
Yeah, just let's not.
What I'm saying, watch, Dave's gonna get in trouble. Dave cares. What I'm saying is, I've been seeing like some far out stuff, far out development, and it just shows you the future of like. I'm not going that slow. Shows you the future of where the world could possibly go. Is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
All right, change subject. Denny's has a gas station.
I guess so.
Yeah, that's wild. Denny's had a whole gas station.
I mean, we can talk about how like people buy our robots and they use them for certain things.
Yeah, I was trying to keep it super simple, like, because there's times where I be talking to really important people and I just don't even be knowing and be acting a fool sometimes. I'm like, oh, you're who? Sorry.
You're the president?
Nice to meet you. Here, let me go to the bathroom real quick and come out with my other persona. Yeah. All right, enough about work, but work's been crazy. There's no excuses. I used to make excuses about not making videos, but now look at me. I'm like able to make these videos twice a week now. I've been uploading twice a week. Hopefully I keep doing this all year long. The thing about YouTube and doing twice a week and just pushing yourself, your content the quality of your content starts going down, and I don't want that to happen. When it stops being fun to me, I'll be MIA. But as of right now, I'm looking at how to make it fun, and it's becoming fun. Getting the LR3 is like getting another E34 that I didn't have.
It's like a big boy move that you did.
It's different. It's
different,
like I was talking to a buddy of mine, and I went in my archives on Instagram, and I was scrolling all the way down to show him my OG photo. He's like, dude, what? It's like, that's 2016. He's like, I wasn't even thinking about getting a damn BMW in 2016. I was like, yeah, I've been in the game for a minute. Like,
yeah.
So that's why I'm probably kind of like, I'm not over it, but I want more experience to intrigue me, and I feel like the LR3 is gonna do that.
Yeah, I feel like there's just certain chapters that you don't even remember anymore. Like, I'm still remembering like an older chapter, maybe like 10 years ago. Like, we just revisited my old apartment today because we passed by Sawtell.
Yeah.
We were talking about the 750 and the V12 and all of that.
Yeah.
But there's like a whole 10 years before that where I was into like all JDM stuff, where Skyline, Silvias, like I used to nail an R32. R32 GTSD.
See, and the moral of the story, moral of the thing is just like, don't afraid to like go into new adventures, because it just makes you
It's a good experience.
Yeah,
And
it
you
just
get to
boosts your stock, is
pick
what I'm
and
trying to
choose
say.
what you really want. It's not like you're just so. I just want to tell people this is like so many people will bully other people into making an opinion they don't have a first person experience with.
Yeah.
And then they're just like their whole life. Oh yeah, I'm gonna root for this team because this person said that, and yeah, everybody else sucks.
Right.
That's
And
not right.
it isn't right. But another thing with that, like to piggyback off of what you're saying, is someone would share their experience, and yeah, it could scare someone.